Hi guys, welcome back to Pixie Woo. We are going back to revisit James Bond, and today we are doing Tanya Roberts from A View to a Kill. I'm going to start by using skin-based foundation from Illamasqua. I have forgotten to use this one for a while, but it is still one of my favourite foundations, so I'm going back to it. This one is 08, and I'm just going to work that over the skin. If you can hear any noise in the background, that is because we're teaching next door, so I can hear Nick doing a demo or something. This film came out in 1985, so mid-80s, so this makeup is everything you expect from the 80s. Plenty of eyes, plenty of cheeks, and plenty of overdrawn lips. So I am going to fill my brows in quite light actually. I'm using Anastasia Brow Wiz in the colour Medium Ash, which is the lightest one of theirs that I use. So just give them a little bit of shape. The eyes is loads of neutral matte colours, so I've got this Louise Young palette I'm going to work from, and I also have this eyeshadow from MAC in Always Sunny. So I'm going to start with Always Sunny and I'm going to put that across the lid. A View to a Kill, I think, is one of my favourite Bond films, before the Daniel Craig ones, which were clearly my favourite now. Yeah, I was a really big fan of this one when I was a kid because I thought Tanya Roberts was the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. And when you're sort of 7 years old, you also find Christopher Walken quite scary. Actually, I find him scary at any age, if I'm honest. But he is quite good at playing a baddie, and in this film he has his kind of bleach blonde hair, so extra odd and scary, I think. Grace Jones is fabulous in it. Next I'm taking a nice fluffy matte 224 and I'm taking this lightest browny grey taupe colour and I'm going to put that through the socket, and then we're just going to work that through the socket like that. And reapply. I'm going to tell you some facts about this film while I'm doing this. This film was filmed in 1985. It was the last James Bond film that Roger Moore starred in, and his least favourite because he felt like he was a bit old for this. And also he really didn't get on with Grace Jones during filming. They didn't get on, they didn't really like each other. And he didn't feel that he had any chemistry with Tanya Roberts. So apparently. Other facts are, when Grace Jones does her amazing skydive off the Eiffel Tower, apparently, and I don't know how true this is, but apparently it took them ages to get permission for her to do that in the centre of Paris. And two of the crew members did unauthorised skydives off there, or whatever you call it, jumps, whatever, and they got fired for doing it. So I don't know how true that is, but I did read that somewhere. Right, now I'm going to work with my darker brown here. Gosh, this palette's got such fingerprints on it, sorry, that looked really grubby. And I'm using a Louise Young LY38. And I'm just putting the product just on the very tip of the brush, and this is a darker brown, and I'm going to work this through the socket. So a little bit more definite. Already looks massively 80s, doesn't it? Maybe the most interesting fact, or what I think is a really interesting fact, is that in the opening sequence with the snowboarding, snowboarding only became recognised as an actual sport in 1985, and this film is considered to be one of the defining moments of snowboarding peaking public interest. So there you go, kind of really cutting edge, isn't it? The guy that was the stunt double for Roger Moore in this film was Tom Sims, who was kind of pivotal in the whole snowboarding movement. So there you go, I thought that was really interesting when I read that. I know Danny, my other half, will be interested because he's massively into snowboarding. Right, I'm just blending with a 217. Now I'm using this black eyeshadow here and we're going to create some real shape. So this is going along the lash line. I sounded Australian then, didn't I? This is going along the lash line. Maybe not. So like that. This is such a dark black eyeshadow, this one. Really good. So Then I'm just going to use a 239 to blend that in a little, soften it. Now back to my Pointy Louise Young brush and my darker brown eyeshadow. I'm just going to make this quite defined on this outside corner because it's really quite pointy. Now I'm just using my foundation brush just to tidy up in case there's any drop under the eye. And now using what's left on my eyeshadow brush, so the black eyeshadow, I'm going to take this just under the lashes in quite a sharp line under the eye, connecting, having a line. And into the corner there. If you don't know, some of you will know, but if you don't, we have a second channel, and on our second channel we put stuff that isn't professional, so more humorous stuff and chats about, like, I'm uploading one about stuff we hate at the moment, and there's one that we put on a few days ago called Ready Steady Look. Stacey picks us a few products and then we have 10 minutes to create a look with it, so it's quite good fun. So if you go over to Pixie with Madness, I'll put the link in the description box, then you can go over there and check our videos out over there if you want to. And subscribe if you feel like it, but you don't have to. Right, accessorised volumizing mascara here. I'm going to keep using the same one until I run out. Seems to be lasting forever. So plenty of mascara in true 80s style. I'm going to put lashes on as well, of course. She's a Bond girl, for goodness sake. She needs lashes. And some eyelashes. These ones are Faux and Fabulous, more volume from Bourjois. They're the same ones I used in my last James Bond video, the solitaire one. Right, lashes glued and ready to apply. So I'm going to get those right on the top there. I'm just going to put a little bit of concealer under my eyes. I'm using Bobbi Brown Creamy Concealer. Just a little. Then we need absolutely loads and loads and loads of 80s blusher. This is Sincere Sheer Tone Blush from MAC, and I'm going to put tons of that on. This bit, it's all lovely and wearable up until this bit. You might want to avoid this. I will put this picture on the blog for you so you can check it out. The picture I'm working from, that is. And it really is, I don't think I could get this much blush on my face. It's so opaque, it's literally like a piece of material's been put there. It's really white, really odd. Okay, that'll do me for blusher. I don't really want to put any more on. I am going to put a little bit of powder on, however. Urban Decay De-Slick will do me. It's a very matte look. Right, now onto the lips. I've got a lovely Ben Nye Ginger Snap pencil. Very rounded lips. Worry about going too over the lines. That's what we want. And this is lovely, and actually would be really gorgeous without this lip liner. This is from Daniel Sandler. It's a lovely texture, micro bubble lipstick in Micro Nude. And that's pretty much how she wears it. I'm just going to change it a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of this, which is my Always Sunny eyeshadow from MAC. I'm going to blend that just up here because I think it will look nice. Right, let's soften the blush a bit, make it a bit more wearable. And then I definitely have to do something with these lips. I'm just going to blend out this lip line, blot it and reapply. just really soften that line. And then I'm just going to use the lipstick on its own because it's so beautiful. I don't want to destroy it by making it yucky. And that brings me to the end of my makeup tutorial for Tanya Roberts, who plays Stacey Sutton in the film View to a Kill. Excellent James Bond film. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's really good, even if you just watch it for Grace Jones. And that's everything for today. Thank you for watching, guys. Check out our other channel. If you've done that and you haven't seen our Fab magazine, check out our magazine. And in fact, we've got a discount code in there for Pro Charts. So if you need any face charts, then you really should be getting them from Pro Chart because they are so wicked. So in the magazine, there is a discount voucher for that. Magazine's free. You've got nothing to lose. There's also a chance to win an awesome print by Ben Allen, who's one of my favourite artists. It's very colourful. Check it out. It's in the mag. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.